Hi. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to basically do a edit, update, create, and delete functionality using Laravel 5.3. So there are when I went on the internet, I found some tutorials which were very outdated. So I thought of creating a making a video to do the CRUD functionality, that is create, update, delete, and edit functionality using Laravel 5.3. Now, I have already done this thing on my system, so let me show it to you. Enter the password. So what I have done is I have listed all my categories over here. I can create a new category. I can edit a new category, I can delete it. So all these steps I'm going to explain to you right now. Now, the first step to do that is create a route file, route entry for this. So if you go to web.php, so routes web.php, I have a new entry. Since this is my admin route, it will go into an admin prefix. So I have said slash categories, and it will go to my admin category controller. Um, um, since we are in the admin section, I have added this admin keyword over here. So for that, I'm going to show you how to change the namespace later on. But the next step for that is we need a Laravel package. So the package is composer require Laravel collective HTML. This is a default Laravel. This is not a default Laravel package. You have to install it if you want to use HTML and form. It doesn't come installed on the system. You have to install this. So if you just run this command in your project directory, my project directory is dictavtudes. You should be able to install this. This is a well documented package, and it's available on the internet. Now the next step is to add providers and aliases. So if we go in app.php, once we install that Laravel collective package, we need to go in the app.php. Sorry, app.php, config app.php, and at the bottom there are providers and there are aliases. So you need to add your this three lines over here. Let me drag it up. So form collective HTML form facade class, HTML facade class, and input class. Since we are going to have a HTML input form, that's why we need this. That's why we need all this three. And at the top of it, we need to add providers. So this is the provider that I've added. So HTML service provider class. So once you have done this, you need to run the artisan command to create a controller. So let me show you the command. Let me just minimize this. So the command to do that is php artisan make controller, and then the name of the controller. So mine is category controller. Let me show that to you. Sorry, I have to increase the font so that you can see it clearly. Some of the viewers complain that the font is not big enough to be clear on the video, so I'm just increasing the font over here. And since we are doing a resource over here, we have to add a resource. So when you do this, when you add that resource word in your artisan command, it will generate you index function, create function, store, edit, update, all this will be auto generated for you, so you don't have to do write create them manually. So once you have run that command, it will generate you an empty functions. This code will not be there, um, so it will be just an empty function, and you are then ready to start coding your index, edit, update, and delete functions. Now, one thing you have to remember is it will generate category controller without this admin keyword. So it will just say namespace app HTTP controllers. But um, since we are coding an admin section, you will have to change it. So in your controllers, when you run the artisan command, the category controller will be created somewhere over here. So it will be HTTP controllers and then your category controller. But I want a separate admin section for it. So what I have to do is I have to create a folder over here, admin, and add my category controller inside it. So once you add category controller inside an admin, the namespace changes. So you have to add admin um, admin part admin part to the namespace, already existing namespace. And once you're done with it, I think you are good to go to create your own CRUD functionality. um, One thing also I want to show you is, once since I'm in the admin section, I want to separate out my admin view files as well. So if the view files go into resources, views, and then it goes into one of the folders over here. So if you were doing a category controller outside the admin, then it would have been over here in line with the vendor layouts and error. So there would have been a category folder over here, but I want the category to reside in my admin section. So I want to group all this CMS part, that is add, edit, delete, inside the admin section. So I have created a folder over here, and inside that I have created a category, and then I have a create.blade.php and edit.blade.php and index.blade.php. So index will list all the files, edit will edit my existing categories, and create will give you a form to create a new category. So once you have created these files, we can start with the um, coding of the category controller. Now to start with, I have this middleware over here. So what this line will do is it will ask the user to log in before accessing the category category controller. So if I can, if I just uncomment this, and if I log out from here, and if I log in back again, if I access the category admin categories, it will allow me to see this. But I don't want people to see my um, my category section, that is the CMS section in the admin. Instead, I want them to log in and then view the category section. So if I refresh that again, and if I have this line, this is a middleware, so it will check whether the user is logged in, and then only it will allow the next request to be performed. The next request over here is index. So it will this is by default the first function that will be invoked. So if I log in again, I should be able to see categories. There you go. Now in the index section, I want to list all my categories, and I want to paginate them. So to do that, we can use this DB class which is available in Laravel. So I have said use DB. So use DB, and I have a table function which is a static function over here. And then I'm passing the name of the category, the name of my table. So If I don't add this part over here, excuse me, it will list all the categories without any pagination. So I want to chain it to a paginate function, and I want to list only 15 categories. Now, once we get all the categories over here, we have to send it back to our Blade templates. So how do we do that? We just return a view. Now this functionality has been changed from Laravel older versions. Now the newer versions, you just have to mention return view, and then since we are in the admin folder, it has to be admin, category, and index. So admin, the separator is a dot, which is a directory separator, then category and index, and then we are passing categories and this array over here. So once we send this to a view, this data is available with this key. So let me open up index.blade.php. Now it's a basic Blade template. I have explained my some Blade concepts in my previous videos. If you don't know anything about Blade, then go check out my previous videos. I have given a lot of explanation in my previous videos. Now you can embed HTML over here. So I'm basically extending the layouts.app file. My layouts.app file will just uh, consist of this part, which is the navigation part, and then I'm reusing this in my index.blade.php file. Now this is all simple. I'm going to tell you what exactly this is later on, but this is I'm just displaying it in a table, and here I'm looping through my categories. So categories, key value, and I have my object over here, value. I can reference the ID and the name. So once you access this object, you can use an arrow operator to get the property name and ID. So this is this part. Let me show it to you. So name, and these are the buttons edit and delete. Um, let me close this. This is my videos pane. So this is my edit button. So edit button will be just a link to admin categories, the ID and the edit part, just to make the um, route know that this is a edit function. And I'm going to explain you the delete function later on. This is a bit different function. We have to uh, do a little bit more over here, but the edit functionality is simpler. Just have to redirect it to admin categories, the ID and edit function. So this will give you all this list view, and I want to show you how do you get this. So to get that, you just have to say categories, arrow, links. So links is a function which comes with the categories object. So you can access it over here. Make sure that you enclose it with Blade um, uh, brackets, since this is a Blade format. So that's it in the index part. I have this code available on my GitHub repository. So if someone wants to access the code quickly, you can go to github.com/joelfriends slash deep dive tuts. So yeah, I have a website as well, deepdivetuts.com. So you can go over there and check out this article. The next I'm going to show you is create functionality. Now, create will not be a much code. It is just redirecting to admin category and create Blade template. So once you're over here, Um, yeah, you can open a form. I've shown form in my previous Blade templates. Um, so it will be form open. URL will be, we are redirecting back to the categories, and we're setting the label. Text name is um, name, and this is a second parameter over here. So which means that if there are any validation errors, then the input will come back over here. And we have a simple submit button over here. So let me show you how it looks like. So it's a name and just a button. So once we submit it, once we submit this part, it goes back to store request. Now the store method will add your details into the database, but we have to make sure that uh, the user enters something into the category input field. If the user gives us a blank submitted form, then we have to make sure that to give them a validation error. So we have to set rules over here. So the rules is uh, I want to set the name field over here. The name field I want to set is required. This is a format of Laravel. So you can define your rules over here. You can define a number of rules using a pipe. Um, I'm going to show you more validation later on, but let's use just a required field for now. And next we have to uh, apply these rules to all the input fields. So validator is a class, so you have to use validator over here at the top. So I'm using validator. So once you use that, you can use it in your category controller. Make, then input. I have to apply these rules to all the inputs. So this is the format input all. It gives you all the inputs and apply these rules. Next I want to make sure that the request that came in the name is required. So this is important. So you have to validate the request. This is just uh, what you say um, applying the rules to the input, and this is sending a request, validating the request. So we are validating the request and we are setting the name to required. Next, if validator fails, we have to redirect the user to the create page along with the validator object and with input. So say suppose if I want to if I just say create category, it will send me back to this along with the error message. So with errors and with input. Uh, with input is we can exclude this because right now we are using just one input form. Say suppose we have just one input. Say suppose we had 4 or 5 input entries, say name, age, or gender or profession. So 4 or 5 inputs, and if the user inputted 2 correct data and 2 incorrect data, then we have to send the 2 correct data along with the redirect. So it remains filled in, and the user doesn't have to re-enter uh, the correct data. Now, if everything is fine, we have to make sure that we add the category to the table. So for that, we have to create a new category instance. Now, when we say new category, it goes to this page, and new category means this category. So it's all object oriented. So so it will create a new instance, and then we are setting the name of the instance to what we are getting from the user. I have a visible field in the database, so I'm just hard coding that to 1 because the category when it is created will be always 1. And then I'm going to set the save method on this object, so it will save the category in the database and it will give me a message successfully created category message on the front end. So this is session flash. So remember, this session is included on this page using use um, keyword. This is basically a class. Um, so that's the adding entities to database. Let me show you the edit part. So the edit part is simpler. So it just takes in the ID of the object that you are going to edit. So next, what it will do is first let me show you how the ID is fetched. So when you go to admin, this is my index page, listing page. So admin categories this ID and edit. So this is my function name over here. So it's gone to edit function and it has captured this ID. Sorry, it has captured this value ID, and then you can assign a variable and fetch the category. So to do that, there's a this is ORM. So object relationship model. It is eloquent. So category find me. These are predefined functions. Find me category with ID that is passed in the link. And once that is done, I'm just saying return view admin category edit with this data with data. So in the index we had passed an array over here, but here we are here I'm showing you another variant of view. So you can say with this data. So they are both the same. So you can use whichever one suits your needs or whichever one you prefer. There's no they they both function the same way. So once I'm redirected to this view, edit view, um, I can basically get this is the object. So I can get the name. I can draw the form. So let me show it to you on the front end. Edit. So it will display the prefetched name, and I can say I can change this and I can edit this category in that way. The new category name is updated over here. So this works mostly like the create functionality, but um, once you send a submit, it will go to categories update instead of the insert functionality. It will not go to the um, store functionality, but it will go to categories update, and it will pass the category ID. And make sure that you set the method to put. Um, Next, I can access the name from my update functionality. So when you update, um, you have basically a ID, which is this one, and I can make use of this request. So request will give me all the inputs, and ID will give me the ID that is passed in the form model. If you don't understand this, then um, I think you should check out my previous videos on blade templates and forms, um, or you can read it on the Laravel documentation page. It is very well documented. So let's continue with the update functionality. The update functionality it's similar to the create, except when everything is successful and we know that the input is existing, we have to find the entity with the ID that is passed over here. and we have to set it to the new name. It's almost the same. And once everything is done, we have to redirect the user back to categories page along with the message that the category was updated successfully. Um, the last thing I want to show you is a destroy function over here. Now, earlier I had said that I will explain this part to you. We have to provide a hidden delete functions. Now, the resource provides you with get, post, put, patch, and delete. And there's one more called options. So these are the functions provided by the resource. So we have to implement the delete function. And since this is a button, this is a submit button, we have to submit it with a method delete. Um, this is something called as spoofing, um, and this gets the value gets passed to the destroy function along with the ID, and then you can fetch the ID over here, and you can just use the delete function on this object. So that will delete it. Let me show it to you. Um, I'll just delete it. So that's deleted. So read on this more on the internet. It's basically called spoofing the method. Basically, we are just saying delete this entry with ID, so and so. So I think that's it for now. If you're finding this videos helpful, and please like or subscribe, or you can share it to your friends. I will be doing a lot of other videos, and this categories controller will be extended in the later videos to have a image, to have a visible field, to have some checkboxes, to have drop down and all that functionality. um, my main aim is to make you understand how to use a form using Blade, and how to use Laravel 5.3. So if you can share it to your friends or like my videos, then that will be a great motivation for me, and I'll keep doing videos such as this. That's it for now. Thanks for watching. And the last thing I wanted to tell you is I have started a website. The website URL is deepdivetutes.com. So all this information is available on this website. Some of the articles are not present at the moment, but I'm writing the articles and including these videos on the website. That's it for now, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.